Hi, I'm Chris, 46 Club Runner, and today I've got these, the Pegasus 37. I know they've been out for 6 months, but I managed to get them for £51 on the Nike sale. As you know, I'm not one to pay full price on shoes, so waiting 6 months to get my hands on them and to get them at this price, it's a no-brainer. What I was looking for when I bought these was similar to the Pegasus 35, but just a bit more tread for the kind of, this time of year with all the leaves and the paths are a bit more slippery. So I thought I'd give these a go. Ordered a couple of pairs at this price, because obviously with Nike, if they don't suit me, I can send them back. Let's just go through the kind of differences in the two. Since these were out, a couple of years have passed, technology's moved on. So I'm going to compare these. Obviously they're very similar kind of looking. So let's just let's just compare the two. So these have React foam and ZoomX foam, where these just have the React foam, but these have actually got an air unit here, which be interesting to see what they feel like. They've changed the lacing, so these had the free wire cables. These have the free easy entry system. I presume that's referring to the lacing. Weight wise, obviously the turbos are much lighter. These are 282 grams in my size 11. These come up at 333 in a size 11. They both fit exactly the same, both a 10mm drop, but as you can see the stack height on these is a lot higher. So these are 18 here, these are millimeters, and 28 across the back, where these are 12 and 22. So it'll be interesting to see what they feel like. Both neutral shoes, probably can be used on a light trail, and they're both true to size. So let me know if you've managed to pick up a pair of these in the Nike sale. Really interested to see what these feel like on the road. Initial thoughts, not the same as when I first tried on the turbos. I remember trying them on and thinking they were the most comfortable shoe that I've ever tried on. These really comfortable in the heel, but kind of this area seems to be very stiff. Kind of reminds me of when you first put on a carbon plated shoe. So I'm hoping that that will actually free up. Also there's kind of a bit of a drop off here, so obviously to cause you to kind of toe off, and I imagine I'm going to get some sort of pop off the actual airbag. So really looking forward to testing them out. So let's go and test them out, and I will speak to you then. I think they're a shoe that you're going to need to wear in, because initially, I don't know if I said before, when I put them on, I felt there was a little bit of heel slippage when I was kind of walking around in the house. So I done the lace lock-in, or the runner's knot, where you use this extra bit and tie it through. If you're not sure what that is, just type in runner's knot, and there's quite a few tutorials online, which seem to stop the heel slipping. But then after about half a mile, I found that it was very tight across here, because it's got quite a small tongue, and it was kind of digging in. So I readjusted that and then started running. But weirdly enough, they don't slip when you run. They only slip when you walk, which is weird, but it is what it is. Quite noisy to start with, and also after probably about a mile, started to get a kind of aching in the kind of the middle of my foot in the arch, which, not a good sign when you just put on a new pair of shoes, because we all know that kind of new shoe feeling, you can't beat it. So kept with it. Then about 2 miles in, that went, which was great. So didn't have any problems there. To be honest, compared to my other shoes, which if I compare them to the turbos and the Zoomfly ones, quite a hard shoe. I'd say kind of medium to hard on the kind of softness on this area. This is quite comfortable, but to be honest, running at 7:30 to 8, if someone wouldn't have told me that there was an airbag in it, I wouldn't have known. And I kind of thought to myself, well, maybe that's because I've gone backwards, and I've been wearing carbon plated shoes, and maybe it's a similar sort of feeling. So I kind of stuck with it. The shoes did improve as I went along, but nowhere near as comfortable as the Turbo 35s, but I presume that's because this is React foam, and that's React foam with ZoomX foam. So I thought I'd put them through their paces. Tried about half a mile, Started off at kind of 7-minute miling, and that's when the shoe kind of come into its own. I could feel the airbag here, and then I pushed the pace for that kind of half a mile down to about 5:25 miling pace, and they were really comfortable, come into their own, a kind of good push off, definitely feel that airbag, and then I kind of slowed down the pace, and the shoe kind of loosened up a bit. I think you need to either kind of flex it before you do it, because it's, you know, that's reasonable effort to get that to flex, and this bit here, you know, I can just about do it. So I think you need to kind of run it in or do a faster session just to loosen them up a bit. If you're looking to run these around about, I don't know, anything under kind of 7.5 upwards, you might find them quite hard, or maybe that's just me. If you are a mid to forefoot runner, then it won't be a problem. But if you kind of run in towards the kind of back of the shoe or more flat-footed, I don't know if you're gonna find them that comfortable. Maybe it's just me, but you can let me know in the comments. Grip was fantastic. It was a bit slippery and wet out there. Didn't have any issues whatsoever. So initial thoughts, was a bit disappointed initially to start with. You know, they're a bit heavier than my other shoes, but to be honest, I've been sport because I've come backwards. You know, this is a lesser model than the 35 Turbo and the Zoom Flies, but I think it is a shoe that you do need to give a chance. I put 10 miles in it. I did do varied paces. To be honest, I think it will be a kind of easy to tempo shoe, not a threshold or interval shoe, because when I was running a 5:25 miling, I only did it for about half a mile. I was having to put in a lot of effort, you know, and I was looking at my watch thinking, you know, am I going to see a 4:50 or 4:55, because I was having to put that much effort in. So on my tempo and my kind of interval work, I'll probably stick to my Zoom Flies or a lighter carbon plated shoe, but I think this going forward will just be kind of my easy to kind of tempo. So let me know what you think in the comments, whether out the box you found it great, or like me, you thought, you know, you're a bit unsure because, you know, it's making you ache in parts of your feet that you hadn't had before. So please let me know in the comments. I say this just initial review, I've only put 10 miles in it, so the next review will be over 50 miles, when, you know, that's when you can really review a shoe. But I just thought it was important to put this out because a lot of people, you know, send the shoe back after they've done like 3-4 miles, and I think you just need to give the shoe the kind of benefit of the doubt. You know, I'm sure Nike wouldn't just send out a shoe that is going to make your feet hurt, but, you know, we all run different. I think, yes, it's more for someone mid to forefoot runner, and kind of comes into its own, especially with that air pocket on the kind of quicker paces. So let me know in the comments, and I will upload a review once I put 50 odd miles in it. So I hope you like this, and as per always, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.